Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to Danny AFC TV. Yes, I'm in the building once again to talk all good things Arsenal. Shouts out to all the real ones. Guys, if we're new, please don't be shy. Do be subscribing. Gotta get the count back up again, people. Gotta get the channel moving. Thanks to everyone that's been on the videos. Manny, if you're still there, please take a look at my World Cup downloads. One has come out, episode 1 yesterday. And episode 2 will be out pretty much early in the morning, and then every day after that, episode 3, 4, 5, as the World Cup goes along. Absolutely World Cup Daily is in the building. So real ones, please be taking a look at the World Cup dailies. And last night's video, both of them have ads on it. So the World Cup Daily has got an ad, and the live has an ad. So please, no swearing. What can I say? Is it a swearing thing? Is it? I'm not even going to actually go into what I think it is a thing, because I figured out one or two things. But anyway, such as life, people. Shout out to Mr. Manny. What is good in the hood? Gonna give it a slow 1 or 2 minutes. Let a couple of the real ones hopefully jump in the stream. Don't think Akers will be around today. I think he's out painting the town absolute red for Arsenal. Shouts out to AFC Governor. Happy birthday, G. I think he's also out there painting the town absolutely red. So shouts out to AFC Governor. Happy birthday to you, my brother. And yeah, hope you smash it all night long. Literally. Absolutely literally as well, brother. Guys, how does this look again? Yes, we've changed things around. The badge has decided to up and move itself. 2 hats went where the badge was. And I'm still not finished. And let's take Manny away for a minute, because now you see the actual Danny AFC TV YouTube sign. When I look at it at this angle, it looks different when I screw it another way. If you know what I mean, people. I still like the look. Give me a couple of opinions of what you guys are thinking as well. How do I finish this wall? Even though there's not much space, with all respect. But a couple of pictures of absolute legends. As I say, William Saliba, Vieira, Thierry Henry, Bergkamp, Craig comes to mind. Bigging up yourself, Craig. What is good, my brother? A lot of same old, but there is a guy who we've been kind of linked with pretty hard today, who is now making more and more sense. And of course, I've spoke about this guy. He's another young Brazilian. No, it's not Danilo, brother. It's another young Brazilian that I've spoke quite a lot about. He is a defender, central defender. He's left-footed. We need a left-footed central defender. He's 19. His name is Robert Renan. Now, he is currently smashing it, tearing things up in Brazil with Corinthians. I like having a few Brazilians around the club, like Jesus. All right, he stopped scoring, but I love his effort. Martinelli, I absolutely adore. Gabriel Magalhaes gives me issues at times, but I still like the geezer. So when people say, what's this whole influx of Brazilians at the club, I absolutely embrace it. Do you know what I mean? It isn't like we haven't got a lot of English people still weighing up the quota, as they say. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully from next season, even though he hasn't signed a contract yet, and Barcelona are allegedly looking at him, Charlie Patino. Now, he's doing well at Blackpool, and I hope Charlie Patino does stay. He's my safety net in case we ever did sell Emil Smith Rowe. You know what I mean? Patino coming through. They do play the same position. Talking of Emil Smith Rowe, he says he's feeling fine. He's feeling fit, strong, healthy. And he will be back for the Christmas program, or late into the Christmas program, obviously after the World Cup. So I don't know if he's going to be ready for West Ham, Boxing Day, December the 26th. But Emil Smith Rowe says he's feeling fine and he is on the mend. Now, as the title of the show tonight, man, are we going to have a very disturbingly quiet Saturday? What day is it? Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. Alejandro Garnacho. Now, he's getting a lot of sort of good, bad, amazing, weird press from Man United. Like, obviously, we can see he's a skillful young kid. He's 18. Looks like a good footballer. And I don't know. Word is like he could sign a new deal with Man United. He may not sign. Now, allegedly, Arsenal and Chelsea are watching this situation. That is the 18-year-old at Man United, the left winger, Alejandro Garnacho. Now, his contract doesn't run out to 2025, so I don't know what the actual massive panic is. Shouts out to you, Luca. Sorry. I don't know what the massive panic is at Man United. Some people say he's ready to sign anytime. Some people are giving it he's got an attitude problem. Some people are giving it he's an absolute huffy prick. Some people are giving it he's a bit of a loner. So there's a lot of talk going on about this kid, and it seems a bit mad. He's 18. He's obviously broke onto the scene at Man United. He scored a couple of vital goals for them. So it seems really, 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 really weird. 1 second, people. I'm trying to encourage a couple of people to jump in. Like people should know that 10 p.m. is my time. Like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm trying to encourage. Boom. Bang. Oh, fuck it. You know what? Never mind. Fuck it. Keep it like a download. But anyway, I'm going to start from the top. Danilo. Yes. Now, apparently, this is a very Arsenal thing to do. Arsenal have bid £12 million for the Brazilian midfielder at Palmeiras. Danilo. Now, apparently, Palmeiras have made it quite clear. They are willing to do business at £20 million. So they're not saying, nope, he's not for sale. Arsenal disappear. Arsenal go away. It's just Arsenal. Do you know what? The brother is up for sale at £20 million. Do you want to cough up the money? Guys, I don't know. I think Tielemans could almost be a cheaper deal at the moment. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, that is Danilo. Apparently, it's pretty much painted in black and white for us. If we want the kid, it's £20 million. Robert Renan, 19, left-footed centre-back at Corinthians, is also being linked with a £15 million move to Arsenal. Marcus Thuram. Now, his name is coming up again. We know he's a striker. He plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach, and his contract is up at the end of the season. I don't know what to say about Marcus Thuram. I remember him breaking into the scene a few years ago in France. Then he got a move to Gladbach and in Germany. And I don't know. He has been scoring, but I've never really heard of him again. So I don't know. There's an alarm bell there for me, but we kind of need a striker. Could Marcus Thuram be the cheap alternative to try and help Jesus along his way? Now, we have to go back to the other two names that have been mainly linked with moves in the January window with Arsenal, which is Mykhailo Mudryk and Youri Tielemans. Now, Tielemans won't get done. No one's going to grab him until the summer. He's calculated. He knows what he's going to do. He wants as much money as possible. He wants to be financially beautifully secure, as if he isn't already. But he wants to be overly secure. His kids, and his kids after that. He wants a big contract. He's at the right age to actually probably get a huge contract wherever he goes. Mykhailo Mudryk, 21. We know what's going on with him. 21-year-old. He wants to come to Arsenal. He said all the right things. He's making all the right noises. Arsenal now need to put down a decent amount of money to secure this signature. Marcus Thuram, there will be more than just Arsenal looking at this guy. He's a free in the summer. Obviously, he can negotiate with English teams or any other team outside Germany from January onwards. So this one here, you offer him a decent deal. I wonder what a decent deal is these days for a guy that's been half decent in his career. I don't know. I can imagine this guy trying to ask for 150 grand a week, and I'll be like, what the flip are you talking about, mate? And obviously, again, Mykhailo Mudryk, I don't think that's going to be a wages problem. The problem is going to be the fee there. Now, moving swiftly on, Perez Chubb, I don't know how to say his name, Chubby. Now, he's a Toulouse midfielder, come attacker, come striker. He's 19 years old. He's having his breakthrough season in France. He's Algerian. He has been very much likened to Riyad Mahrez, obviously the Man City winner. Now, he's been linked with a cut price move to Arsenal. Guys, don't really know much about him. Alejandro Gamacho, again, Man United winner, 18, looks to be on his way out of Man United. Some say he could be signed a new deal. Another Uruguayan winner, Facundo Pelistri. He's 19. He is set to leave Man United in January. Apparently, they paid about £20 million for this kid. I can't really tell you I know anything about this guy, and at least he's over this side of the world. But anyway, Thierry Henry exclusive. Boom, 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 boom. He says Arsenal Football Club must stop Christopher Nkunku's move to Chelsea. He says Arsenal needs to it's not even breaking the bank, according to Henry, at £60 million, that this is a good deal and one that Arsenal must be pursuing. I'm almost speechless at how quiet it is. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, I've said it before, stay away from weekend streams, but then I'll come on the next weekend and it's absolutely banging. So it is so weird, but it's pissy. It's annoying. Anyway, Henry though, yes, Henry has spoken. Arsenal must stop Chelsea from signing Christopher Nkunku if you want to be winning the league title. Sorry, I find this interesting because at the end of the day, £60 million should not be out of the question money. You remember, Pepe did cost us, even though it was on finance, whatever you want to call it, 72 mil. We've paid £60 million before for Aubameyang. and current inflation and rates going on the way they are, and Christopher Nkunku being young. He's a French international. Obviously, he's going to miss the World Cup, though. Now, the word with this guy is he's got a £49 million release clause as of next summer. So basically, if anyone wants to try and tempt RB Leipzig to sell him quicker, obviously it's going to have to be more than £49 million. So Chelsea think they're smug and have got this done at £60 million. Thierry Henry is asking the question, and why shouldn't he? And why shouldn't Arsenal fans be asking the question? If Gabriel Jesus doesn't want to score goals and doesn't seem to be... I like him, but do you know what I mean? He doesn't seem to be scoring goals anytime soon. Why don't we bring another striker to rifle a rocket up him? And then suddenly he might just quickly, you know what I mean, sort himself out and suddenly become the striker we all know he can actually be. So I think that would be an interesting one. Now, people are saying Arsenal could have a really amazing January. Then there's newspaper reports. Shouts out to Manny, by the way. There's newspaper reports saying that Arsenal have pretty much got a 40 or 50 million pound budget. Well, then you can't be thinking Mikhailo Mudryk, or you certainly can't be thinking Christopher Nkunku. But this is the way I'm seeing it. If Arsenal are serious and they really want to win the league, I honestly believe if we spent just shy of £120 million on two footballers, I think we're going to give Man City one heck of a run, if not win the title. Christopher Nkunku, Mudryk, and obviously as cheap as possible, about 130, 135 mil, I believe we win the league. Tielemans, Nkunku, Mudryk. I don't see too much stopping us winning the league. But guys, get that into the comments. There's our first question and topic of tonight. Let me see who's in the place. Let me see who's in the building. Craig, big yourself up, my brother. What is good? Benzema, no! What do you mean? Benzema and Christopher Nkunku are gone for France. Oh, God, why? I don't know if France are winning the World Cup no more because I've gone with them as my tip. I said France winning the World Cup. I knew Christopher Nkunku was out, but I thought, fuck it. It was Benzema's last tournament anyway. Apologies on swearing to anyone that doesn't like swearing. Do you know what I mean? Lugar, what's good, bro? I don't believe that. That's a bit of a bombshell. That's a bombshell moment. Craig, shouts out to you. Sorry, I didn't see that quicker. Absolute bombshell. Manny, how are you doing, my brother? It seems to be an extremely quiet night, so I'll appreciate you being here. I do appreciate you being here, in fact. So, yeah, and there is quite a lot of news to get involved in. So let's hope the chat spices itself up. At Craig, really heartbreaking news. Yes, definitely about Benzema. He wants to do well this tournament. I'm gutted for him. France have no chance now. Yeah, bro. What a bombshell. Like, obviously, I think this was going to be his last World Cup, but he obviously hasn't played for France for a little while because obviously the whole incident with that guy, was it Valvena or something? Valvena? I can't remember. French colleague. Some madness happened. I definitely ain't got time for that kind of madness right now. Shouts out to you though, Manny, and all of the real ones. What do you think of the picture design on tonight's video? I'm thinking of that to complete the wall behind me. But yeah, let me continue with the news. So we've done Henry. Then there was, speaking of Marcus Thuram again, it says Borussia Mönchengladbach are pretty much resigned to losing him and want a fee of £8.7 million for him. Now, if you're talking £8.7 million for Marcus Thuram, and that is kind of that's real talk and not just some alleged and just BS like a lot of internet and national newspapers and whatever and columnists seem to get wrong on a daily basis. Well, I don't know, but if on the £10 million for Marcus Thuram, then all of a sudden I have to admit I actually would be interested in bringing Marcus Thuram to Arsenal at £8.7 million. Depay, obviously no future at Barcelona. Now again, the Arsenals, the Man United have been offered the services of Memphis Depay, and without being rude to any other Premier League club, allegedly it then will be the West Hams, the Villas, Everton, so on after that. If Arsenal, Man United turn down the chance to bring Memphis Depay back to the Premier League, obviously once of Manchester United. Palmeiras have told Arsenal it's £20 million for Danilo or no deal. Emil Smith-Rowe has said he's feeling fit, strong, and ready. He'll be ready. He'll be ready to rejoin Arsenal just after the Christmas program or around the Christmas program. Bellingham to Arsenal. Now we spoke about this last night. I will get into this again a little bit tonight. Jude Bellingham to Arsenal, 130 million. Why not? Why not? Goodness. Arsenal are watching Marcus Rashford's contract situation at Manchester United. And Jonathan Davids, who has been linked with Newcastle already, Arsenal are monitoring that situation. And last but definitely not least, Barcelona are interested in young Guna on loan at Blackpool, Charlie Patino. Background looks sick. Good evening. Thank you so much. Nkunku could certainly improve our squad. And he's shown so far that he can add a new dimension. Maybe Mudryk is too expensive. Well, that means they're both too expensive. I think you can get both of them for under £60 million. About, I don't know, between 58 and 60 definitely secures Nkunku, because they're going to lose him for 48 at the end of the season. He said he's leaving, and he's got a buyout of £48 million. So £10 million more to lose him a little bit quicker. I don't know if you think that's worth it or not. £10 million for 4 or 5 months, 5 months less service. 60-65 is the absolute top wax. But as I say, he's got a buyout for 49 at the end of the season, and Arsenal don't like to overpay. Mudryk, 52 million has been banded around quite a lot. My apologies. I still think at 52 million, he's well worth it. I'm going to run into news once again from the top. Danilo, we know the score. It's 20 million allegedly. Robert Renan, 19, left-footed centre-back, plays for Corinthians, been linked with Arsenal today, £15 million. Marcus Thuram, £8.7 million. Bags you, the French striker from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Mikhailo Mudryk, Arsenal have to now move quickly. Now, Fabrizio Romano has even tweeted about this, that Arsenal in fact can get this deal done. It's if they move quickly and put the money down. So Arsenal, over to you. Are you going to move quickly? Are you going to put the money down? And Yuri Tillemans, we know the situation. Faris Chabi, he's Toulouse midfielder. He's 19. He's been very much likened to Riyad Mahrez. Now he's been linked with a £15 million move to Arsenal. On to Man United, Alejandro Gamacho. He's got a contract of 225, but word on road is it's from attitude problems, turning up late. None of us really know the truth on this. He's 18. All I've noticed is he's burst onto the scene and he scored a couple of goals for Man United. So I see him as he could be a threat. But Arsenal and Chelsea are allegedly watching this situation. Another young winger will be on his way out of Old Trafford in the summer. Facundo Pelisteri. Thierry Henry has spoken. He said if Arsenal want to win the league, they must sign or stop Chelsea signing Christopher Nkunku. Obviously, he reckons Chelsea are a much better team with Christopher Nkunku. And Arsenal obviously need goals if Gabriel Jesus has just given up on scoring goals. Mudryk scores wonder goal for Shakhtar Donetsk. Guys, please go watch Shakhtar Donetsk last game and go and watch Mudryk's goal. Mudryk is on fire. Like, everything he touches at the moment is turning to goals. And that is a wonder strike from Mikhailo Mudryk. Memphis Depay has been offered to Arsenal and Man United. If Arsenal and United do reject these advances from Depay's agent, allegedly West Ham, Villas, Everton will be next on the list. Premier League bound, Memphis Depay. City, no more business with Arsenal. Allegedly, there will be no more business done between Manchester City and Arsenal, say sources from Man City. Don't know too much about that story, so I'm not going to say too much, but apparently Man City are absolutely done with selling people to Arsenal. Could that have something to do with Zinni? God knows. Jesus, he's only scored a couple of goals, but okay. I'm sure they're fine with Haaland, so don't know how much I believe in that story. Palmeiras we've dealt with. Emil Smith Rowe, he will be back by Christmas. He's feeling fit, strong, healthy, and ready to go. Jude Bellingham, guys. Now, as far as we know it, and I'm going to take a quick commercial break, just a very quick one. As far as we know it with Jude Bellingham, Liverpool were the team that wanted him. Like many others. Now, apparently Liverpool were holding off signing people this summer so they could save budgets for next summer to obviously complete this deal. Now, Liverpool having such a sloppy season thus far, I'm wondering if Liverpool was to finish 5th, 6th or 7th and not a Champions League team. Depending how much he loves the club, I don't know. Jude Bellingham could be a secret Liverpool fan. I actually don't know about the geezer or who he supports. But for me, if Jude Bellingham wants to come and go, if he doesn't really care where he goes, he just wants a successful club, I make that where he could go PSG anywhere, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Word is again, though, he actually wants to come back to the Premier League. Now, if Arsenal were to be finishing 1st or 2nd this season, I ask the question, why couldn't we be bringing in Jude Bellingham? We'll be a Champions League team. We're obviously in London. We're a fantastic club. On the way back to becoming something recognisable from the former glories of Arsenal Football Club. So, yeah, what do you think, guys? Could Jude Bellingham be a future Arsenal player? Could we indeed wrap up a deal for Jude Bellingham? Arsenal are watching the contract situation of Marcus Rashford at Man United and Jonathan Davids. Newcastle watching this. Newcastle apparently are about to bid for the guy. Arsenal watching the situation as we always do, and Barcelona want Charlie Patino. Thanks for anyone being on tonight's very quiet show. I've been left very lonely out here. That guy would add to our squad as well, but again, how would he fit in? I think you'd have to just go. Well, again, you'd kind of have the luxury with Depay of being able to play him left, right, or centre forward. I think he'll probably be tried at centre forward first as a bit of a competition for Eddie and Jesus, or hopefully, if that was the plan. And obviously, if Jesus started sparking into life and scoring goals, he could be coming off the bench for the last 20-25 minutes and replacing either Saka or Martinelli if one of them feels tired. So I wouldn't. Me personally, I want Mudryk. I want other signings, but yes, I would take the pie if we can't get other deals done. Most definitely. Shouts out to you, Manny. Craig, where have you gone? What is your thoughts, my brother? Personally, I'm happy if we won't have. I'm happy if we won't have business with City. I don't want any more Premiership rejects. Jesus and Zinchenko are good, but still no more. And do you know what? I have to be absolutely honest with you here. That I do love Zinny. Jesus is waning on me just with the massive lack of goals. But listen, Jesus wasn't the guy at Man City. Let's have it right. They went through the whole season last year, and he was there, obviously. And they played people like Grealish as a false nine, Foden as a false nine. In fact, they tried everyone in that squad as a false nine rather than playing Gabriel Jesus up front. I did say it at the time, there must be a reason for this. And maybe the reason is he isn't that consistent. But remember, he did start for Man City last year and bagged 4 in a game. He's that guy. Some days he'll have 4 chances and he'll bag all 4. Then the other day he'll have 4 chances and bag absolutely nothing. I think there's a big picture of why Guardiola probably didn't want Gabriel Jesus at Man City. And clearly he wanted someone lethal and deadly. Someone probably like Erling Haaland. Do you know what I mean? And Alvarez does look very deadly as well. So I don't think Man City are missing Jesus one bit. So if they're bitching about him, shh, absolute BS. As for Zinchenko, now they couldn't keep him quite happy there because they didn't really have a spot in the team. You didn't trust him as the number 1 left back. So what can you do? We have gained a good left back there. Do you know what I mean? He isn't the perfect left back. Do you know what I mean? But he is good. He is good. He's solid. He's a very good passer of the football. He's really calm on the ball. I do wonder when it comes to massive games, Champions League and everything, will he be a wonderful pound for pound actual left back, being able to defend properly like a good hard-working left back? So the jury stood out with Zinny for me as the world's greatest left back, as some Arsenal fans have clearly labelled him. As for Jesus, he is a massive upgrade on Lacazette, yes. He is better than Nketiah, yes. But Manny, absolutely world-class comment there, brother, because unless you're selling me Haaland, I had to, or mate, perhaps, but then we'd have to shuffle a few people around, and Will Smith-Rowe would have to go. Odegaard would even have his position on the threat. I still like Jack Grealish. I don't think he's gone rubbish overnight. Maybe it's pressure. Maybe it's £100 million price tag. I don't know. There is people I'd still love to have from Man City. But yeah, cool. I'm fine with not doing business with them again. Absolutely spot on, Manny. Shouts out to you. Manny is multitasking right now. He's live on another stream. Respect. Oh, seriously? Come on, Manny. Jesus. That's what you call dedication and hard work. I love it. Manny's a man. That Wolves game was crying out for Zinchenko to slide into Zaka's slot and for Thierry to go clear at left back. Yeah, but this is what I mean. He clearly doesn't trust, and we've discussed this one, Manny. So this one, I'm not closing down your question, of course, but this one here is not rocket science. He clearly doesn't trust KT no more. That's why I know it breaks a lot of people's hearts when I keep saying I think we're going to sell KT. I think Lee Akers was saying to me just last night, we shouldn't be a selling club. We should be keeping everyone and adding. I go, sometimes you just got to let a few people go. Look for a nice little left back on a free transfer to battle with this Zinchenko. But to be honest with you, I absolutely agree with that. When that forced substitution came along at Wolves, I do believe Thierry, Tierney should have come on. Manny, you're on fire tonight, even though you're on another stream. Go on, Manny. Absolutely 1,000, 100%, 1,000. Couldn't agree more. But this is what I mean. Mikel clearly has lost faith or some sort of love for KT. So if that's the way it's going to continue, unless he's got a nice clean slate and it's like, go again, my son. Yeah, I see the future as a little bit bleak for KT. But moving straight on, guys. Endrick, again, it looks like obviously PSG, Real Madrid are getting very stubborn, and it's now becoming a battle of wits between them. I can't believe no one else across the board in world football want to get involved in this still. I know it is not Football Manager and you can just buy anyone who you like, but when the geezer 16 does look like he is going to be the next Mbappe and Neymar, a bit of both of them rolled into one. Do you know what? Sometimes you've got to take a £40 million risk. And Endrick, I would have done this risk. I would have done something. I would have made some sacrifices. I might have sold Emil Smith Rowe and KT to get these deals done. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you do have to take some risks, in my opinion. If you can't go and buy a ready-made £100 million player, sometimes you've got to look into other avenues. Do you know what I mean? You look at the free transfer market. You look at people with their contracts running out. Like this Marcus Thuram at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Quite a decent player. I'm not saying he's my world's number one striker or my number one choice to come to Arsenal, but if the alleged money going around today, £8.7 million, because he's out of contract in the summer, and now Borussia Mönchengladbach, I thought, you know what? Just let's give me some money now, innit? And we'll go and use that 8-9 mil to go and put it into someone else. Fair enough. I totally get that. Do you know what I mean? Same as Wilfred Zaha. If someone's put £10 million down on Crystal Palace's table, I think they have to seriously consider it. It isn't like they're going to go for Champions League football. I doubt they're going to make Europa League football. So do you know what? Cut your losses with Zaha now and sell him for £10 million. Leicester City, Yuri Tillemans, they're not going for Champions League football. And I honestly can't see them qualifying for the Europa League either. So do you know what? Why are you hungering and screaming and holding on to Tillemans? Let the brother loose. Let him free. Between £8 and £10 million. What more do you want? You want £20 million for a geezer that you can get for free in 5 months? Absolutely get the hell out of here, mate. You can't have £20 million because I said so. Other free transfer signings. Grimaldo, he's a left back. He's about 20. He is 25. He plays for Benfica. He's obviously flopped at Barcelona as a kid, but I've seen many a great players flop at Barcelona. He's a left back to keep an eye on if we was to get rid of Kieran Tierney, guys. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you is new. Now, World Cup. Let's have a quick 5 minutes on this one. The World Cup starts tomorrow. I'm going to be covering the life out of this World Cup. With all respect, my going in on the World Cup will not start tomorrow. I'll have a peaceful, godly Sunday. And I will, I might. Nope, I don't think I will. I don't know if I'll just drop I think my World Cup videos again start Monday morning. My World Cup daily starts Monday morning, bright and early. And obviously, I'll be covering 1 or 2 of the games, watch-alongs. Manny, do let me know if there's any nations you'd like to jump in with a watch-along with me. I don't mind having you on a watch-along, brother. So do let me know. Obviously, Monday's quite a decent game. There's decent games. There's 3 good games, and I've got to choose 1 or 2 of them to cover. So we've got England, Iran. We have got Holland, Senegal, and we have got Wales, USA. Tough to pick out of all 3 of them, you know. Manny, which game would you cover? If you were covering one, which one would you go for? Same to you, Craig. Which game do you reckon I should cover? Craig and Manny, the 2 soldiers in the stream right now. Guys, again, do be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. What's your thoughts, guys? So let's see what they're thinking. Tillemans is out of contract, defensive midfielder, full stop. If he was, I'd get him. Yeah, he is in a defensive midfielder. Again, he's the more sort of box to box, if you like, the guy that gets about, but still more in a slightly in advanced role. I get it. I don't love Tillemans. And I don't think Tillemans wants to be a squad player. I would take Tillemans as a squad player. I mean, like, you sell Lekonga, you sell Eneni, and then it's a battle with them 3 at the moment, and hopefully in the summer, you add a 4th quality midfielder, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice. As a parent, I couldn't imagine losing a child. Me and my missus nearly went through this with our son when he was 3 months old. Thank God he pulled through. Most definitely, Ross. Obviously never knew that. Yeah, sorry. Brother, that's, yeah. Been through something very similar, bro. No, I'm not going to open that can of worms this evening. That's horrible, Craig. I literally don't even know what to say. Tillman is good on the ball, not so good off the ball. Yes, I know, but that's what I mean. I think even he knows he's not dumb, is he? He's not a stupid guy. I think if he comes to Arsenal Football Club, I think he'll have to slightly realise. I think no matter what club he goes to, even if it was Liverpool, if he gets a big move, bro, he's going to have to slightly change his ways. He is a guy that kind of rolls around like he's a bit of a bad man, and he turns up when he wants. Obviously, that attitude there either won't get him the move that he wants, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal, Liverpool, and it will just get him the Wolverhampton, Aston Villa, Leeds United, or West Ham roles. So, yeah, I think he's going to have a massive end to the season, and I actually think he will. I think he's going to be banging. After the World Cup, I think he's going to be superb for Leicester. I think Maddison, if he's still around, will be still superb for Leicester, because Newcastle are going to make a massive signing this January. And I know they're looking at Mudryk. I know they're looking at Jonathan Davids, and I know they're looking at Maddison. I think they should allow the Mudryk team. I think that's Arsenal, and I think they should go and get themselves a nice Maddison. And if Newcastle was to bag themselves Maddison, seriously now, they've got themselves a mighty fighting player, and they really would have a good shout. Like I say, Arsenal are two players away from having a genuine chance of going for the league. Newcastle are 2 players away from having a genuine chance of top 4. Eddie Howe's got a decent little team coming together there. And if they could add a Maddison, I don't think Jonathan Davids they badly need. I don't know when Alexander Isak is back, but Isak is a good player. That was horrible to see your child in hospital. I bet it was, bro. I absolutely bet it was. It's unrecovered. Oh, mate. It must have been horrible. Yeah, most definitely. And shout out to you, Craig. Shout out to Manny. And Craig, yeah, again, just, I don't know, you sort of left half speechless, because, yeah, that's just unimaginable. Right, guys, who have we got before I start getting all upset and disappearing out of the stream? World Cup wise, as I said, I will be doing a daily download, as we all know. I'm sure you guys know now. And that starts on Monday again. I've dropped one of the videos, episode 1 clearly, and then we're going to go on throughout the whole World Cup, episode 2, 3, 4, etc. And game of the day, turn into 2 games of the day, because there's going to be some days where there's just a couple of games where I know I'm not going to go nowhere, and I'm going to end up staying in my house and watching World Cup football for the whole day. So all well and good. World Cup feast of football coming up, and let's just hope they're all banging games. All the controversy surrounding the Qatar World Cup 2022 kind of shuts itself up with the football on offer, because everything else about this World Cup just seems to be a bit strange. The timing of the World Cup, everything been said about the World Cup, people who can, who can't go there, who can't do what and whatever, I'm not really going to get involved in. I just hope the football is splendid. And yeah, the game of the day, what shall start with Monday. I think I'm going to definitely watch the Holland, and I think I'm going to cover Holland, Senegal. Holland are secretly, I think, my dark horses. I think Louis van Gaal could be his last hurrah. I don't know. Louis van Gaal, Holland, keep an eye on them, innit? I don't know. They could go home in the groups just for this. Thank you. What's changed my life? Well, no, I didn't go for a moment. I had to go through. Yeah, most definitely, guys. So on this rather quiet and spookily quiet Saturday evening, I turn our attention quickly back to the January transfer window. There seems to be 5 players now. Like some days it's just the Tielemans, Mudryk. Now there's a lot of talk of Robert Renan. There's a lot of talk of, again, Mikhailo Mudryk, Yuri Tielemans, Danilo, and who is the 5th man? It's got to be a striker, isn't it? Jonathan Davids, I think, keeps cropping back up into the conversation. It isn't Jonathan Davids. I'm absolutely lying, isn't it? We're going to find out who the actual 5 are. Danilo, Renan, Marcus Thuram. That's the guy. Marcus Thuram. And yeah, reports being from Germany today is Marcus Thuram can leave Germany in January for £8.7 million. Does anyone think that could be a good deal? Manny, you're a bit of a stat man. I don't know what it is. I think he's got about 60 goals in a few years there, which is, I don't know, it's not, I don't know. It's not bad. I'm going to go look at Thuram's stats later on. I think he's got about 60, 67 goals or something. I don't know if that's in his career or while he's been in Germany. I am mad thirsty. What's going on here? Like, literally mad thirsty. But yeah, guys, as I said, please begin to like on the video. Guys, start throwing some comments my way. I think it's almost time to go. I hate it when I don't like gaps and starting to running out of things to talk about. So yeah, at these times, I'll kind of just close it down for the evening and crack on again tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm loving this sign. I'm going to look at some designs to finally complete this wall later. I'm not in no rush because the wall's almost done now. Obviously, I can rearrange it, move a hat or two around, etc. But I'm going to give my voice and my lungs a little break because it seems to be quite reasonably quiet out here. Shouts out to everyone that has been in the live tonight. Shouts out to Luca, to Linda, to Craig, to Manny. I can't really think of anyone else that's commented, so definitely you four. Final thoughts before I go. Edu, you've signed a new deal. You are the man. You're going to be at Arsenal for a good few years. Brother, please have yourself a wonderful January window, because if you don't, man, it is unforgivable. Arsenal are 5 points clear at the top of the two. Are we saved this evening, people? We are saved. We are saved. We are saved. With no disrespect to anyone else on the stream, but now the jacket's come off in it because we are saved. Gloves are off, brother. Let's go. Ding, ding. What's good, Huey? Man, the sign looks better next to you. Does it now? I have a feeling that the only voices somewhere around screaming to themselves like, I flipping told you so. Huey, have you noticed? So I've been turning around when I want to eat packets of crisps and everything because I'm starving all the time these days. And have you noticed that both videos yesterday, in fact, does have adverts on them? Now it's getting a bit freaky. So I'm wondering, Huey, because I will stress it and I will test it. So if I do this and I say, Huey, we've been linked to Robert Renan today. He's a left-footed centre-back. He looks like a good player. He's 19. He plays for Corinthians. Danilo, bros, I'm hearing we've offered 12 million for him. Palmeiras are saying absolutely not. Get the absolute damn out of here, and you can have him for 20 million pounds. They're not saying he ain't for sale. They're not saying they don't want to do a deal, but they're saying they want 20 mil. Mikhailo Mudryk we've exhausted. Tillemans have exhausted. Here's the other information on today, bro. There's another couple of bits for you. Marcus Thuram, 8.7 million. Right, Marcus Thuram, 8.7 million pounds. This is what's been breaking in Germany all day long, that Borussia Mönchengladbach are in fact resigned to losing him and they'll accept 8.7 million pounds. Pod in our group. I know, absolutely disgusting, isn't it? Hold on. What? Hazard's got a pod? Who? So I thought all of that was jokes. What, Hazard's got a pod? Huh. I see. I'm going to keep doing this for a minute. I see. And Babs, Christopher Nkunku. This is the last one for you, Babs. All serious, obviously this is, as always. Thierry Henry allegedly has been speaking and talking to someone out there, and he said it would be criminal if Arsenal let Christopher Nkunku join Chelsea for £60 million. If Arsenal want to win the league, he reckons, you know what I mean? We love all Mudryks, we love Danilos. They've got to get Christopher Nkunku. What do you think? Would that be too much for a brother like Gabriel Jesus? Would he now, in fact, have his nose put out of joint? Do you think this is exactly what he needs to, in fact, save his Arsenal? Not save it. I'm not saying it's time for him to go. Nothing silly like that. But, do you know, I don't think Eddie is putting enough of a rocket up inside of him, brothers, and doesn't really scare him as in, you're going to take my place off me. So what do you think of the Christopher Nkunku thing? There's Robert Renan, left-footed centre-back. Craig, Manny, let's get into this. Do we want more Brazilians at the club? I think the Brazilians at the club are doing quite well. Jesus actually just needs to score more goals and he's all good. Martinelli, Magalhaes, all good. Long-term deals, all wrapped up. Martinelli signed, was good as, excuse me, and Gabriel Magalhaes is signed. So fantastic news. William Saliba still no deal. Massive concern on my mind. A smaller question: if Matt Turner goes on to have an outstanding tournament with the USA, would you keep him or sell him for a good fee? Interesting. It's going to depend on the player. If he had a massively good tournament, say USA done something incredible, like it's semi-finals, I do believe he would want to be someone's number one. Pretty much like Martinez, Aston Villa. I think he'd want to be someone's number one. So it depends on what you're offering. We're owed £7.5 million from him, let's say. If someone wants to double that, 15s and everything, I'm down. I'm down. We've got signings to make. We've got Jude Bellingham's, Declan Rice's, Mudraks to go for. We want to be up here now. I'm willing to take one for the team. KT, get out. Matt Turner, get out. There will be a free transfer goalkeeper coming along somewhere. I promise you. Do you know what I mean? KT, he could disappear back to Celtic because there's left backs on frees. Good question, money. I'm loving it. Now suddenly we're up and running. Tyler's in the building. We're up and running. Here we go, people. Last player Henri recommended was Lukonga. Although Nkunku was sick. And do you know what, bros? This is the thing. Henri recommendations. Remember, Henri is not flavour of the month at Arsenal. In any, like, under the Kronkers, he can't get a job at Arsenal, bros. He'll never become our manager because of the whole Daniel Ek buyout situation. So I think he wound us up with Lukonga. And yeah, I don't think there was that much true in it, apart from, yeah, he's a brilliant player, go on your mugs. But Christopher Nkunku does look like a different kettle of fish to Lukonga, though. But as always, that's a sick comment. That is sick. That's very true. Yeah, true. Bonjour. Yeah. Bonjour. Nkunku is a player I would want at Arsenal. I have to second that as well. Yo. Ty, what's good, my brother? How are you, Jay? Yeah, where was I? Yeah, guys, so I'm going to have quickly put this one out there as well. So my last two videos have successfully got themselves advertisements. So YouTube are encouraging me, literally. It's like, be careful what you pin. And I'm thinking, there's only literally one thing they're asking me not to pin, and I'm wondering why. I'm running a few tests for the next few days, as in the turning around when I take my own advertisement breaks. And I'm going to be careful at certain things I clip. Any of the real ones want to know? Of course, real ones, get at me immediately in the group and I'll answer anything that you want to know. But it's very interesting. And I'm running now YouTube experiments, literally. And this whole AdSense experiment, literally. So I'm just letting you know, there is no change to Danny AFC TV, his attitude, views, or anything. And now, just seeing if it's certain things that I clip, just as an honest person, my real ones want to say something, I clip it for them. So if I happen to stay away from something today, guys, believe me, I'm just experimenting here. I'm experimenting. Because I done something last night and it slipped through with nobody noticing. Even down to the wonderful UE, even though he's so clever, he probably did notice. There's a couple of things I'm not going to clip, and it started only last night. And from last night, I made 2 videos, and 2 videos have both got advertisements on it. Maybe I'm saying too much, because just maybe now to kick myself right in my bang. Do you know what I mean? I might get a spiteful whatever, and they'll decide, you know what, you're not advertisements on tonight because you're a little bit too smart now, and you're actually realizing what's going on out here in the big wide world of YouTube and AdSense. So yes, believe I'm just running a couple of experiments, and I'll see this through for about a week, and then I'll come to my own conclusion. UE, come with me on this journey. I've been doing it just since last night. 2 videos done, both videos thus far with adverts. My experience of this is my videos get adverts very consistently for 1 hour, then immediately the advertisements are taken away and just my beautiful blue eyes get involved. Guys, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you is new on this Saturday evening when it is World Cup Eve. As I said, Sunday I'm totally missing. It's a godly day. So I'll be totally missing it. 10 p.m. live. We'll continue tomorrow night, of course. Godly day or not, as normal. That's for sure. And then yeah, as of Monday, I go absolutely head and shoulders into this tournament, and I hope it's a great tournament. I hope all the controversy surrounding Qatar gets taken away with just exceptional games, day after day, day after day. World Cup daily, Monday morning, bright and early, followed by, I'm going to pick, I think, 2 of the 3 games. England, Iran, Wales, USA, and Holland, Senegal. I can't cover 3 out of 3. but I'm going to go for 2. Which 2 do you think I should go for? There is a question from Craig. Craig, who was Arsenal's best ever manager? Herbert Chapman, couldn't tell you, bro, because I wasn't alive. Bert Me, couldn't tell you because I wasn't alive. George Graham, Arsene Wenger. As much as I love George Graham, bros, and I believed in a lot of things George Graham done and blah, 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 football evolved. And it was a thank God moment, even though I know we tested little things like Bruce Rioch along the way, Stuart Houston about 20 minutes at the job. God bless his soul. But for me, shouts out to Tyler, absolute real one. Brap. I'll look at everything properly in a minute, guys, but shouts out to Tyler, absolute real one. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. But as I said, sorry, just to finish off that question. But as I said, well, the first 2 I went alive. I do know my history, but yeah, I'm not going to comment on them 2 because I went alive. So George Graham, Arsene Wenger. Bros, George Graham was wonderful. He made me see my first ever cups won at Arsenal. 94 Cup Winners' Cup. Do you know what I mean? 95 9 from the halfway line. Moments that I won't forget growing up as an Arsenal fan. So I love George Graham, but football evolved, and thank God for Arsene Wenger, at least for his first 12 seasons at the club. Our next game is the 26th of December at home to West Ham United, bro. 26th of December at home to West Ham United. Maybe this Mudryk talk is to lower the fee for Mudryk. Possibly. Maybe we are playing games with Shakhtar. Can't see us signing both. Most definitely, bros. There's definitely not going to be both happening. There's no way we'll sign Christopher Nkunku. I'm only doing that so I can see my face now, guys. There's no way we're signing both Christopher Nkunku and Mikhailo Mudryk. One or the other, I still edge very slightly because he can score, he can create. I very slightly go with Mikhailo Mudryk. He scored and never won the goal. I think was it last night or the night before? Go Google it, whatever. He scored a never banger for Shakhtar. In the last day or 2, the guy's on fire. Everything he touches turns to gold. So yeah, I choose Mudryk. But I'm asking the question: if you want to win the league, and you seriously want to win the league, like no playing, we don't want to go for Facundo Torres, some on-side guy from the MLS, with all respect, from Orlando City. Allow me, we've done that with Matt Turner. Down. No. So, and I'm not disrespecting Matt Turner. I just don't want no one else from Orlando City. Simple. We ain't got time for it. If Arsenal want to win the league, and we're 5 points clear at the top of the table, deliver me Christopher Nkunku for about £60 million because he's on a release clause, £48 million at the end of the season. Yes, let's do this, innit? Let's get Christopher Nkunku. Let's get Mikhailo Mudryk. And you know what? Arsenal could win the league this season. Seriously. Yanni, my man. Guys, Yanni's been at it again, guys. I must make a choice, innit? Number 1, my wall is only so big. And number 2, no one's a millionaire. So I've got to choose one from 3 amazing designs, guys. So, which design is it going to be? Which design is it going to be, guys? Now, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Would this, in blue, a very, very nice, sharp, piercing blue. Would you like to see that on the wall to complete the settings? Or, guys, what do you think of this? This is my favorite, I think. This is my favorite. It's very self-explanatory. And again, in piercing blue, YouTube, Danny AFC TV. Yanni. Guys, again, meerkatwooddesign.com. Manny, please put your link in the description. Bro, put your link up. This guy will make these things happen, guys. This guy makes this sort of stuff happen on a daily. Is it that one? Or last but not least, guys, just straight Danny AFC TV in a very, very piercing blue. Please, guys, do let me know. Is it exhibit A? Oh, God, imagine I threw up a bad picture. Do you know my phone is full of filth, yeah? If I had touched that one more time, it could have been bareback time. Oh, Danny, no adverts today. No advertisements for you, Shishka. No advertisements. Why is there bleep and very large breasts on the screen? Shh, lobby. Which way do I go? I'm gonna get myself back. Oh shit! Oh shit! Hold on. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? which way do I go? Oh, which way do I go? Which way do I go? But on a serious note, which one is to complete the lovely wall behind me? There's space for one more. Light, piercing, lightning blue. I need to complete the wall, guys. So please get the votes in on which one. I like the Danny AFC TV with the YouTube. Real ones, please let me know. Let me know. Question. Who was a better professional at Arsenal, Tony Adams or Mesut Ozil? Think before you reply, lads. And go through the facts. Bro, I see where you're going already. Tony Adams went to jail. Bro, there wasn't many more loyal footballer than Tony Adams, though. So again, I know where you're going here, bros. You're going to slightly bark up the wrong tree because I personally love Tony Adams. I know he did go jail and the hole he's got one or two screws loose. But, bro, I don't give a damn about how many screws he had loose. He could be the fruitiest of fruitcakes in the whole of Mr. Kipling's collection. But you know when he went on the pitch for Arsenal, bros? Seriously. And if you have to, seriously, go watch some videos, bros. The guy would have took a bullet right there and then just to have played for Arsenal Football Club. He would have took another 10 grand a week less just to play for Arsenal Football Club. Real. There's a couple of facts there for you, Ross. Maybe not the bullet or nothing, but the guy was as professional as anything. He was the best played out of the crop, especially on the George Graham when everyone had to get the same amount of money. Well, that has now been slightly told as an untruth. Tony Adams could get what he wanted within reason, and everyone else had to toe the line and kind of be paid the same rate, especially on the George Graham and David Dean in that era at Arsenal Football Club. For me, bro, only Tony Adams. Yep, I couldn't care which World Cup Mesut won. It's irrelevant to me. Absolutely irrelevant, because if Messi wins this World Cup, yeah, he doesn't become the best player in the world for me, or he doesn't become better than Ronaldo suddenly. What? Because he won the World Cup of Argentina at this World Cup? Not for me personally, bro. It's not my cup of tea. If I had seen Lionel Messi playing for Man City 2 years ago when Man City wanted him, and he come to England and he smashed it, Messi then was the best footballer on planet Earth forever for me. In my lifetime, Messi would have been the best I've ever seen. I'm slightly unsure about that now because I've watched him in a very, very different, let's say, Spanish league where only two teams commanded for 10 years in a row, Real Madrid and Barcelona, Club Barcelona and Club Real Madrid. Yeah? So if Club Real Madrid and Club Barcelona are the only things you've got to throw at me, bro. Do you know what I mean? Only two teams on earth. Well, then, yeah. When you're playing Cadiz, yeah? When you're playing Villavaldaldo, bro, yes, you're winning 7-0. And Messi's going to score a couple of hat-tricks. So, do you know what, yeah? At least when Ronaldo was playing in the Premier League, he was getting smacked by Tony Adams. Do you know what I mean? Certain times, bang, have a piece of that. Bro, 21-year-old Ronaldo, smack, crash, wallop. Adams was a bad man. Do you know what I mean? And you knew, my point here is you knew when you come to the Premier League, bro, because there wasn't only Tony Adams out there. There was many Martin Keowns. There was a Ledley King down the road at Tottenham that would snap you in half as well. Hugo Ekio would have snapped a gazer. There was many Premier League, a central defender that would have murked a guy. So, I don't know. I'm slightly getting off point with the subject. My answer is Tony Adams. That's it. World Cup. Messi, yeah. Messi doesn't have to win this World Cup for him to be the best player in the world. He swerved the Premier League. Adams played until his legs gave up. He couldn't play no more Premier League football. We know he didn't live, especially the first 7, 8, 9 years of his professional career, like he was an alcoholic and drunk every day and rolled and flopped into training. He still was a brilliant footballer, bro. He wasn't an elegant player. He became slightly better at passing the ball out of defence under Wenger and everything, with all respect to Wenger, and congratulations to Tony Adams. Do you know what I mean? Eeyore, but he was the finest of donkeys at that. I've literally answered that question for 12 minutes. Shouts out to you, All love, bro. You know I get you. Absolutely love you, Ty. Real one. Ty, I've killed you a surprise. You know, again, bro, if I wasn't having such an experiment, you know I'm rowdy. I've just showed you your surprise. So there's your surprise. It's an imaginary. It's in my hand, Ty. There's your surprise. Mwah. See you on Monday, bro. I need to sleep, bro. No problem. If you like the design, what's the measurements you want me to shout me on Twitter? You should give an average size I'm going to start cutting down and lighting. Whoa, okay, no problem. Yeah, all right. I'll get back to you straight after the stream, buzz. And good night to you, my Rowan. Yanni. Good night. And enough passion to see us through. Always, buzz. Absolutely. Go for the sign that advertises your channel's name. Most definitely. With the YouTube or without. That's it now, bros. With or without YouTube. With or without YouTube's name. I'm gonna scream. With or without the YouTube sign. I was 9 years old when Argentina and Maradona won the World Cup. Sorry, I thought you said Messi. I was thinking Messi didn't win the World Cup, so I'm going to start again. Sorry, my brain went somewhere else. Shouts out to you, Craig. When I was 9 years old, when Argentina and Maradona won the World Cup by themselves in '86, Maradona's second goal against England was unreal. It certainly was, bros. Didn't like football. I was far too young. I would have been about 27 days old or something. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Well, I would have been a very young boy at that time of day. But so I didn't watch football. I can't comment on Maradona. Also, I know you didn't ask that question. I can't comment on Maradona being the best player in the world. I never watched him live. I've seen loads of clips. I'm not going to put my name on it. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Maradona and rest in peace. Quite clearly, the one that says Danny, bro. Yeah, I know. Two of them does those. Sorry, that's what I meant. With or without the. Do you want me to make a song? With or without the YouTube sign. Yeah, the one with YouTube or one without YouTube. Sorry. Save Tyler. I hate that 21 seconds to go song, everyone. But Craig, if I give you 21 seconds, what would you say? Would you want to delete me or say, hey, 21 seconds and you're in trouble. 21 seconds, you're going to base on a double. 21. Do you smoke blow? Keep it on the D, low. Oh, I love 21 seconds. Yeah, the actual thought of it, if you had 21 seconds, isn't it? I think if you roughly time it, I think they all did spit for about 21 seconds as well. So I thought that was quite clever. I thought it was quite exceptional. It probably could have been made better. And yeah, so solid, of all respect to them. Some other artists could have actually further smashed that song. I'm surprised no one else tried to touch it, clean that up, and make it their own. But the actual idea behind it was pretty brilliant. I liked it. 21 seconds and you're in trouble. I can't remember the lyrics suddenly. You just literally caught me out there. I'm going to have to take an advertisement break before it's too late. First of all, I want to bring up all the ladies looking standard on fine. Oh, my. Don't give me no deadline. Give me some more time. Give me 29 seconds to spit this rhyme. Other DJs wait in line. Craig, how dare you say that? That was a bad man song. The more and more I think about it, it's a bad man song. I got 21 seconds to go. I've literally got 21 seconds of this video. Shouts out to everyone. Tyler, you are a Superman, superhero, super G. Shouts out to Manny, to Craig, to UE. UE came in and saved me this evening. UE, what is your final thoughts, bro? Who's going to win the World Cup? Who's going to be the top scorer? I can't believe Benzema's at the World Cup, guys. France are no longer my favourites to win the World Cup. Benzema and Nkunku are out of the World Cup. I do believe, shouts out to Manny, or was it Craig, sorry. I do believe it was this man that dropped the bombshell of Benzema. I didn't know. I've been chasing all sorts of things today, football-wise, but missed that one. I don't know. I've been chasing the Henry and Nkunku story. Him saying basically it'd be criminal. Literally, you should get arrested if you let this guy go Chelsea. Basically, if you read between the lines, I'm going to go as far as to say I reckon Henry is saying Christopher Nkunku will be very happy to sign for Arsenal. He's sold with the Premier League. He's sold with London. He'll sign for Chelsea. Reading between the lines, I think this is some kind of weird little, I want to play for Arsenal. This is where I want my badge to be. North London, red. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't want to go and start a Bamiyang down in Chelsea on the King's Road. So my opinion on this story, but I'm going to chase it a little bit more, of course, before tomorrow's 10 p.m. live. I believe between the lines of this story, this is in fact a Christopher Nkunku, Arsenal. I want to join you, Arsenal. So guys, please let me know what you think of that. Please hit the comments in. Do get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. Once again, don't want to get you bored of it, but World Cup Daily will be out as of Monday morning. I've dropped the first video, and then episode 2, 3, 4, etc. will be coming out as of Monday onwards. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They will be consistent. Obviously, the game of the day, each and every single day, we'll have the game of the day on Danny AFC TV. On Monday, I think I'm going to go all out. I'm going to cover 2 games, so I'm going to drop one out. Still a difficult decision. I haven't made up my mind. Real ones do let me know. Is it England, Iran, USA, Wales, Holland, Senegal? Pick 2 out of the 3. So England, Iran, Wales versus USA, which I think is going to be a good game. Gareth Bale shooting off with the Americans. I like it suddenly. And Holland, Senegal, I think that's also a good game. Do you know what I mean? There's always an African team that smacks it at the World Cup and will usually go far. For me, there's always one madly dangerous African team. So could it be Senegal this time around? What do you think would happen if Xhaka went to prison or turned up for training and matches pissed? I kind of covered that, bros, because I did say my very first comment. I didn't see that, bros. I don't know where that's just popped up from. Maybe I should need to press down on my computer. Yeah, swear to God, you know what I'm like. So there's no. I'm not going to lie, and I'm not justifying nothing. But what I'm saying is, I knew this is what you were going there. So I'm going to read that one more time and absorb it. What do you think would happen if Xhaka went to prison or turned up to training and matches pissed? I'm going to take a commercial break. I'll be right now. California love. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Well, Thierry, it wouldn't be a very good look, would it, bro? Thierry, I know this is an easy way for me to attempt to get out of this one, but it was a different day and a different era of football, bro. People used to smoke. Certain managers used to smoke on the touchline not so many years before that, bros. It was a slightly different era of football. I do believe Wenger used to smoke as well. Possibly not on the touchline. Possibly in France he used to. You can Google this as well, man. There's many times you see Wenger punting a cigarette. But even he realised for life reasons, for living purposes, for health, even for having more money that Wenger had to probably worry about it, he probably realised smoking wasn't for him and wasn't healthfully or probably the greatest thing to do in the world. Football evolved. Wenger evolved. Wenger went to Arsenal, bros, and went and done many incredible things. Tony Adams probably wasn't his cup of tea either. What did he do with Paul Merson, who used to get on it at the weekends? He got Merson out of the club promptly. As I remember, I did pretty famously argue with Manny about on one stream, or not argue, but you know what I mean. We're all going back and forth on this Paul Merson thing. Bro, in that day and age, I'm not saying it's acceptable, but people used to drink. There was a massive drinking culture, particularly at Arsenal Football Club. It happened. I am speaking facts, whether it's right or wrong. There was a massive drinking culture, and they all did. Wenger come in and stamped all of that down. Absolutely, God bless to him. Do you know what I mean? Fantastic news. Right. Tony Adams would never have rejected a pay cut. Most definitely. Bang, 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 bang. Definitely. And after his time in the Nick, he was magnificent. Tony Alexander Adams for me any day without the dancing, though. I have to agree with Manny 2,000,000%. Absolutely. And when he did get out of prison, Rose, even though he still had them screws loose, with all respect to you, Tone, you seem to have a screw loose at the best of times. He went and done his poetry thing, whatever. But his performances for Arsenal at me did not slip. He was still fantastic. He was still a crazy, ironic, charismatic leader, a one-off who led men. He led men, literally, bruv. I don't know. In this day and age, would Tony Adams be such, like, even the way he spoke, bruv, like, I don't know, like, bruv, I don't want to get too political on it, but there was a lot of things wrong. But as Manny says, Tony Alexander Adams, you don't get another captain like that, bruv, that stays at your club for the whole of their career, would do anything for the club. And as immediately when the drinking stumped out, bruv, and Wenger came along anyway, he prolonged his career and become even better. So, yeah. UE, say something to me, bro. You ain't ducked already, have you? Because I did love this. I did love this. I did love that. Very real. But for me, as I say, a different era in football. I think Craig might agree with me on that, but let's see. He was a bit rubbish, money, but great entertainment. I think that's probably on the dancing thing, probably. Tottenham had retired by the time Ronaldo come to the Premier League, bruvs. Bruvs, I meant, you know what, hold on, that was the metaphor of, do you know what, yes, that was, as soon as that was released from the mouth, yes, bruvs, there was many very, very good players around, do you know what I mean? Whether it could have been a John Barnes, if you like, bruvs, do you know what I mean? There was many wingers that Adams would have just murked into many of Rose Eds, do you know what I mean? I thought you would have took that point. Yeah, it didn't mean to be a Ronaldo, bruvs, but yeah, believe me, Ronaldo wouldn't have been a problem either, bruvs. He would have got kicked and stumbled on the same way certain players got kicked and stumbled on by Tony Adams. Do you know what I mean? There would have been no exception because Ronaldo was good looking or nothing. Do you know what I mean? Or no, yeah, or no, there's no, yeah, none of it, bruvs. None of it. I'm aware, bruvs. I do watch football, bruvs. My knowledge is madly on point, bruvs. I'm pretty sure you know this, G. Yeah, some people, yeah, it leaves me speechless, and some people try and drive me or something. Interesting. And evermore 52 or 54 years of hurt for England not winning the World Cup. Most definitely not. Way too defensive, bros. And this is a Gareth Southgate thing. For me, when you want to play 5 at the back and 2 defensive midfielders, like if he was to go, for example, Pickford, Trippier, Shaw, Maguire, Stones, and then if fit enough, it's going to be Kyle Walker or Ben White for the starting couple of games. 5 at the back, and then if he goes Calvin Phillips and Rice, 2 very defensive-minded midfielders, yeah, and then just the 3 up front. That there isn't enough in attacking emphasis. The wing-backs have to be so good. And is Trippier and Shaw that world class? Are they good enough to make up the difference in the midfield to be the extra attacking emphasis? With all respect to Kieran Trippier, and I love him. I think he's a good, a wicked footballer for Newcastle. I think he's just that much off. Same as Shaw. I think he's a lot more off. As for the back 3 itself, anyone playing a 5 at the back, it's going to be reasonably solid, isn't it? But I don't know how, being England and you're meant to have invented the game and everything, how is Maguire, Stones, and the geezer from Man City, Kyle Walker, how's that the best back 3? Because that's the back 3 that he wants to go with. If I know Gareth Southgate, and I don't know him personally, but if I know the way that he thinks, he's going to want to go Kyle Walker, Maguire, Stones, back 3. Then he's going to want his wing backs. Shaw, Trippier, and then, if I know this guy, Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice. It's way too defensive for me. And yes, we're only going to get beat 1-0 eventually by someone. Whether it's Germany, whether it's Portugal, whether it's Brazil, whether it's Spain, whether it's Argentina, we're going to heroically get beat 1-0 because we're going to put 10 men behind the ball. Well, congratulations, England. Do you see my massive round of applause for you, England? Yeah, England. That's for you, y'all. Where did actually UE go? Listen. Maths was never my strongest subject at school. I can't lie. Yeah, bros. That's almost like me saying Ronaldo would have got kicked right in his nuts by Adams. He would have done. I know how I said it, so I probably said it in the wrong way. Oh shit, bros! He's gonna think I'm on a wind up. He's there. Jeez, bros. I swear it's because you're in green and I'm all in green, bro. I just can't see you today, bro. I think I'm doing it up. I'm all in green, and so is you, bro. So almost green on green, I can't see. I like Tony Adams. To be fair, he smashed Caprice. Bro, I don't want to be disrespectful because I think he's a G. He even sounded mad. Bro, the brother even sounded mad. But I don't care. Go to prison again if you like. As soon as you're out after 3 months, I want you to be exceptional. Guys, bruv, people get injured for 3 months. So he got injured. For me, he got injured that 3 months. And when he come out, he was really hungry, bruv, to impress. I remember him playing like under 17 or under 19 games as soon as he was released to get back in the first team. Oh, man. And his whole aura. He was even more softly and calmly spoken after the whole he weren't charged on alcohol every time. He was a very just sort of passive soul human being. He was, I'm not going to say that no one can't have a deep or whatever side. I'm just saying Adam seems to just proper chill out. And whether it was life, going in prison, whatever snapped him out of it, a little piece of Wenger as well, probably come along exactly at the right time for players like Kean, Winterburn, Dixon. Probably not so much Seaman, but Dixon, Winterburn, Adams, Bold, Ray Parler. These players, it was a God blessing that Wenger come along and snapped them out of certain lifestyle changes. You know what I mean? They were all massively into the drinking culture at Arsenal. Wicked question, whoever started it off, UE, of course. Whoever started that off, because it's interesting. It was a different era, right or wrong. Players were drinking, certain players were smoking. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't looked upon as disgusting as it is these days, UE, is the best way to put it, because it's a disgusting habit. And it's disgusting to drink alcohol. Disgusting. But it's even more disgusting these days. Disgusting then. It's disgraceful these days. Don't forget, Messi also won the Champions League a few times and would definitely have played English teams then. Let's not forget his Titanic draws with the likes of Sergio Ramos. Or even, in saying that in fairness, playing very well. Well, actually, I don't know. Do you remember when Barcelona beat Man United? Was it at Wembley? He scored a banger, but for the rest of the game, he wasn't amazing. But I suppose that's a world-class player. I don't know. I get what you're saying. I'd have liked to have judged him a season or two in the Premier League. I know it's not the be-all and end-all, and I'm not going to say he wasn't world-class or anything. I just can't edge him ahead of Ronaldo based on he didn't play in the Premier League. That's, in a nutshell, all I'm trying to say. Before anyone takes that and runs off with it somewhere, I'm just saying, for me personally, he didn't play Premier League football. He played in France, bruvs, and Spain when it was just two teams, bruvs. There was not even Atletico Madrid doing well at the time, or most seasons. I don't know. The full Southgate doesn't have a proper cover at left back. Yep. And how could he pick Phillips who have played sweeter faders? Because he doesn't really have that much, bruvs. England, for apparently all of these alleged star boys they've got a lot of attacking midfielders, England. They ain't got loads of strikers, bruvs. They've got Harry Kane and nothing after that for me. They've got Luke Shaw at left back and nothing after for that for me. Do you know what I mean? It's interesting. And this is meant to be the best 26 players in the country. I'm going to be real with you, though. I don't know who else I'd have picked. Like, would you brought Tyrese Mitchell at left back? I'm not so sure I would have. As for up front, I don't know. But what I wouldn't do is, though, I wouldn't be going 5 at the back. I'd be playing a very adventurous, do you know what I mean? 4-3-3 if I was an England manager. And showing, do you know what I mean? I'd have 2 strong midfielders, the Calvin Phillips, like, and Declan Rice, like. Before you say that's what I'm exactly saying, like. And then with a very attacking-minded midfielder like a Jude Bellingham. And then I'd have your 2 wingers and your striker. 4 at the back, done. Left back, right back, 2 centre-backs, goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? I don't like his formation. Don't like the way they play. So, no, I don't know. You're not going to win a World Cup like that. They're boring. No, not for me. Walker will miss a run. Yeah, so I don't know. I did say again, Ben White will play for them first couple of games. He will go back to a back 3 of Maguire, Stones, and Walker. And Bellingham for Phillips. Hold on, let me just read the whole comment before I start gobbing at you. Walker will miss a run. I want to see Maguire, Stones, and Tony. Did I read that right? Tony didn't make the team, bruv. What are you talking about? Tony didn't make the team. Not the England sheet that I read, bruv. Which England sheet are you reading, G? Now I'm going to get you like it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Just for that, I'm going to take a commercial break and let Manny sort out his England team. Because, do you want me to Google it? I don't think Ivan Toney's playing to Qatar today. Let me phone up Ivan. I'll get to the bottom of this right now. Let me get my lighter though first. One sec. I'll be right back. Yo, Brentford boy, Tony, what you saying, G? Yeah, no. Yeah, Manny's on my stream. I'm live. Yeah. What, you didn't get into the England team, did you? I swear Callum Wilson went over you. No. I got this guy called Manny saying that you're in the England team. Who's in Qatar, bros? You or Callum Wilson? Ah, see. All right, cool. Say if I let Manny know, innit? That's that dealt with. Manny, I got a bit of a bombshell for you, bro. Manny. Manny. If it was 56 years outside anyone World Cup, that goes to show maths and maths are my strongest subject at school. Most definitely. Manny. I just phoned up Tony, bros. Tony confirmed for me that in fact he is not in Qatar. Tell Manny, he said from Mr. Tony himself, and we're going to call him Mr. Tony today, yeah? Mr. Tony said, and I quote, tell Manny, thanks for the thoughts. I feel I should be there as well. But no, I'm barebacking my missus right now. So, Danny, have a great night. Don't call me this late again. I'm barebacking my missus. Yeah, I'm in London. I'm 100% barebacking in the streets and the city of London. I'm not in Qatar, G. I'm definitely not in Qatar. Guess who is in Qatar, though, Manny? Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm going to spin your Ronaldo, okay? I hope you're spinning right now, Manny. Is your head still spinning? Like Rob Holden, that White Hart Lane. Manny. I wouldn't have made a song and dance to that if you didn't try and Ronaldo me, innit? You tried to Ronaldo me. Manny, you should know, bro. I love you. Like very good cooked food. But nobody. And I'm going to confirm, and I'm going to repeat one more time, Manny. I'm sorry to say, bro. And I love you, bro. So don't get offended. Please come back to the channel. But nobody, no YouTuber, bro. Nobody can mess with my football knowledge, I'm afraid to say, G. No one, not even God. Do you know what I mean? Nobody. None of them. I'm not going to start naming the tubers out there, but we know. You could be called them. Cam could be called them. Craig, Gemma, anyone could be called them. I'm better. But anyway, I love you, Manny. Manny. Personally, I'm going to try and stop now, yeah? Personally, I consider Ronaldo like Keane. Bit half-indulgent. Wow, narcissistic. The interview confirms disgraced his manager. Hurt his teammates. Yeah, it was a bit bad. I found it funny. What I'm going to get a limb. Yeah, I'm barebacking, bro. 5:15. Yeah, I'll get out of this building real quick. It's bareback. It's bareback time. And so I do get that most definitely. Ronaldo spat, and it isn't correct, but he spat his prime out the trolley in it. He is buggy, whatever. Before you pick me up on that one, he clearly wanted to leave in the summer. He reckoned he was still a Champions League footballer. And as wrong as it is, Man United probably should have let him go, considering what actually happened. They weren't playing him. He obviously wasn't massively in Ten Hag's plan. So what they've actually done by holding on to him in the summer, I'm not saying it's come back to bite them in their balls. I'm just saying, for me, they should have let him go. And Ronaldo is now a bitch because he knows he's got no more time. He's 37. He wants out now. He doesn't want out at the end of the season. He knows he's got a life expiry date out here. As much as he doesn't want to admit it in his own heart, bros, he's got minutes, days, months, couple seasons tops left at a very, very top level of Indie League's football. Premier League wise, I think it's slightly done for him, slightly done. But it wouldn't be so Ronaldo like, and I'm going to quote, and I'm going to let you know this, and here's a very tip of a wonderful day for you, Manny. Because as I say, don't fuck with me, because I am the best at what I say and what I do, and that's Arsenal Football Club and YouTube in general. Do you know what I mean? My opinion is godly. So listen to this for another godly opinion out here, bros. Who wouldn't Cristiano Ronaldo to be? To go to Qatar and go and F things up. And I'm not meaning in a bad way. When I say go and get 4, 5, 6, 7 goals out in a tournament, drag Portugal as far as he can before they get knocked out. That's the Cristiano Ronaldo that I seen in the Premier League 10 years ago. And I think he's got one final swan song, bros. And it could be Qatar 222, bros. And he could shut so many people up and go grab himself one hell of a contract. Do you know what I mean? From many a team across the planet. Do you know what I mean? Whether it is going to be Premier League football or not. But on that note, I love you all, and it's almost time to bounce. But yeah, it was bad, but they should let him go. I meant Cody Connor instead of Tony. Money. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the conversation. Money. I do get it because you was talking about the defence. That is a good argument because you said Maguire, Stones, and Tony. So you probably could have meant to say Cody. I get it. I totally get that. That is brilliant, Manny. If that was well thought up late in the day, that's an international comeback right there. That's an international comeback. But I actually take that as gospel. Wonderful. Guys, on that bombshell, on that note, it's almost time. Let me see what Manny is saying though before I do go, because I never do that. I never leave nobody's comments unclipped or unread. We know this. Pickford, Trippier right back. Cody, Stones, Maguire, Shaw left back. Sterling, Rice, Bellingham, Kane. Whoa. I'm going to slow you right down there, Manny. There's no midfield, bro. Whoa. Let me just relook that. For me, first glance, there's no midfield. There's literally one midfielder. Or there's two. Declan and Bellingham. But Bellingham attacks a lot as well. That's interesting. I don't know. Pickford, Trippier, Cody, Stones, Maguire. He hasn't put in the great Ben White. Shaw at left back. Rice, Bellingham controlling. And then he's got Sterling, Kane, Rashford. I don't know. That's not my front three at all, you know, bro. It's like, what? Shouts out to you. But my England team would be nothing like that. I'll let you know mine in 2 seconds. Let me see what my guy Yui said. Won't happen. Santos might not even start him. Dalot and Bruno are apparently cheesed off with him. Well, that's going to turn him on even more, yeah? And if the first game he has to come off the bench, I believe he'll come off the bench and score. If he has to come off the bench the second game, he'll come off the bench and score a penalty. By the third game, he'll be starting. I don't know. Baba. Cristiano Ronaldo, swan song in quarter 2022. Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm joking, people, but you know. Got to take your first answer, though, Manny. Manny. It was good, but it's just not right. It was a good comment, but it's just not right. Cristiano Ronaldo. Money, 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 money. So I don't give the benefit of the doubt. Nope. Yui just took it away. I gave you the benefit of the doubt for a hot couple minutes. Yui is shutting down and said, absolutely not. No, 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 and no. Right, guys, we're clearly going on for an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half stream. 90 minutes, just like a football game, just like we love them. Guys, I'd just like to quickly show you something. If I could draw, this is what you call dedication, isn't it? I'd like to draw your attention to this. Stevenage FC versus Arsenal on the 21s. Boom. £12 to watch Arsenal on the 21s away at Stevenage. Interesting. I shall be there. I shall be there. I'd even pick Jordan Henderson ahead of Phillips. Wow, who has at least played this season. I think Jordan Henderson's almost done. Let me do my England team though before we get out of here. Yui, jump in your England team. I think you've already done it. We're going to go again. I'd love to say Ramsdale in goal, but I'm going to keep it as realistic as well as possible. It is going to be Pickford in goal. Should I go with my England team or what the England team I reckon is going to be? Because that's again two different England teams. I'm going to try and keep it realistic. I'm going to do a combination of both, let's say, yeah? Pickford in goal. Trippier right back, Shaw left back. For the start of the tournament, I'd most definitely go Ben White on the right-hand side of the defence. He's going to pick Maguire in the centre of defence. Stones on the left side of the centre of defence. Bellingham, Declan. Better known as Tilda, a.k.a. Tilda. Tilda Bellingham. Left wing. I choose Jack Grealish. On the right, Philip Foden. Up front, Harry Kane. Now, as controversial as that is, I'm going to get out so no one doesn't bite on my England team. So I'm going to repeat. That's Pickford. Trippier right back. Shaw left back. Ben White the right of the centre. Right centre back. Stones left centre back. Maguire in the middle. Not my choice, but he will go Maguire. So I'm keeping it as realistic as possible. With what I want, sort of a black Bellingham Rice has to be done for me. He's going to go 5 at the back. That isn't my choice. My England team, if you go 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, will be completely different. But anyway, back Rice, Bellingham, Jack Grealish left. I think he's going to be a starter. Even the number 7 shirt gives me that slight inkling he's going to start. On the right wing for me, Foden. Even though I do believe he's going to start Mount. But anyways, I'm going Foden on the right, up front Kane. On that bombshell, guys, I'm going to start preparing to get out of the building. I'm out on exactly an hour and a half. I'm heading to sleep now anyway. Night all. That was an amazing ticket, Danny. Enjoy the game. Thank you so much to you, Manny. Do enjoy your sleep. Stay blessed, my brother. Thanks for being on the stream tonight. Shouts out to you, to Manny, to Cam, to Craig, to Gemma, to Linda, to Lumbercamp, to Hazard, to Craig. I think I've already said. Who else have we had? We've had Ty today. Respect to you. Shouts out to Mr. Ty, my brother from another manor. Shouts out to Yanni, my Turkish G. It's me, Istanbul. Gilliam. Shouts out to all the real ones. Shouts out to Luca, to Cam, to Craig, to you, to Linda, to Manny, to Han Yumi, the agent himself, California's finest. Shouts out to Lee Akers. Shouts out to AFC Governor. Happy birthday, my G. Shouts out to you, and on that note, shouts out to Linda. Linda's out the building. 1 hour, 29 minutes on the clock. On that note, guys, Stevenage, yes, Tuesday, I'm in the building. It's Stevenage versus Arsenal under 21s. I want to see Nwari play. If Nwari doesn't play, I'm going to spark my spliff and get out of the stadium. I'm going to spark my spliff in the stadium. Make sure the essence goes all of I meant to spark my cigarette. I meant to spark my YouTube. I smoke cigarettes only occasionally. Please leave the adverts alone tonight. Don't upset me, YouTube. AdSense, don't get into my feelings. I've tried, innit? I'm trying to work with you, innit? I'm trying, innit? Allow me. On that note, peace out, people. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow at 10 p.m. Monday, World Cup Daily. Game of the day, probably ×2. So please, which games am I going to cover? England, Iran, Wales, USA, and Holland, Senegal. Pick 2 out of 3. Shouts out to all the real ones. Shouts out to the Arsenal under 21. Shouts out to Nwari. Shouts out to everyone. Have a blessed night, people. Good evening. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribed if you're new. Acres, see you in the manor. And one more time, happy birthday, AFC Governor. Guys, I'm out the building. Good evening, people. I'm out, y'all.